Hello again, everybody. I've got another versus video between a 1984 Honda Elite 125 and a 2013 Honda PCX150. So I'll go through some of the quick differences here for you. Displacement 153 to 124 in favor of the PCX. Length 76.4 compared to 75.4 in favor of the Elite. Width 29.1 compared to 25.8 in favor of the PCX. Wheelbase 51.8 compared to 47.2, again the PCX. Dry weight 287 pounds compared to 225 pounds, in favor of the PCX. The fuel capacity 2.2 gallons compared to 1.56 gallons in favor of the Elite. And last, the height 45.3 compared to 42.9 in favor of the Elite. Both the colors of the bikes, the PCX is a rose red, the Elite is ruby red, hence their names. So moving on from there, both are 4-stroke liquid cooled. The actual radiator on the Elite is right there in the front, along with the reservoir tank is right here, compared to on the side is where you have it on the PCX. And then the reserve tank on the PCX is right there. Going into differences of storage, you can right away see the amount of storage that I have here on the PCX is incredible. Plenty of room for a helmet or whatever else you need. Under the seat on the Elite, you have nothing. You basically have your fuel along with your battery, and that's about it for storage. Storage as far as a glove box, the Elite actually has quite a bit of room there, where PCX only has that small storage there. So one of the cool features as well are you can use this to open and close your fuel door as well as your storage on the PCX. So moving on from there, both of these bikes are automatics. Both of the bikes have dual brakes. The brakes that are on the PCX, it has a drum brake in the back and it has a disc brake in the front. The wheels are both 14 inches. On the Elite, you have two 10-inch rims and two drum brakes. The actual braking system that is on the Elite, you have a floor brake, which is right there, and then you have a handbrake. And you basically have two handbrakes that are combined though on the PCX, definitely giving the nod to the PCX for the braking system. Moving on into comfort, right away, as you see on by the Elite 125 has got one of the most comfortable seats you're ever going to sit on. It's just comfort. The PCX, terrible, absolutely terrible. That seat with that little bubble on the top of it, whatever you want to call it, so uncomfortable. And being that it's 30 years after the Elite, you would have thought they would have had some people ride that around for a while. Unless everybody who got on it's 5'5", it's completely uncomfortable. I also, you know, we talked about the storage, and I think the storage comes at a price because, you know, you have no foot room on the PCX. You have tons of foot room on the Elite. You can basically, you know, move your feet all over the place on the Elite without any problem. The PCX, your feet are stuck on either side of the bike, almost kind of like a regular sport bike. They're trying to, I guess, make it look like that, but at the end of the day, it's a scooter. And I think that Honda's forgotten that it's a scooter. You know, people expect to ride around like they're on a couch, and that's not what you're getting on a PCX anymore, and that's a shame. They could definitely make it more sporty looking in the front and still give you all the extra foot room, I believe. They just don't do that anymore unless, I mean, this is exactly what they want now. They want a bike that looks like a sport bike but runs like a scooter. Well, to be honest, it's a scooter. I think it should run and look like a scooter. I personally do like the way it looks. I think it looks cool being that it's a sport bike, but I want the comfort as well as the scooter. I want to be able to move the feet around like you can this old Elite. I mean, this is the way it started back in the 80s, and they should have continued it, at least in my opinion. When it comes to the way the bikes look and which one I prefer, you know, I definitely prefer the Elite. I think the Elite looks cool. It's retro, right out of 84, mid 80s, when if you remember the old commercials with Jim McMahon and with Grace Jones and some of the other ones, like I think Devo was also in one. They were great because they were head turners, and it still is. When I ride this bike down the street, everybody is looking at me, and I don't think they're looking at my good looks, but no, they're definitely looking at the bike. When I drive by on this bike, nobody's ever seen one. Everybody has seen this. This is not the head turner whatsoever. Now, I'm not taking away from the looks, because I still do think the PCX looks nice. It definitely does. It's just, this is a versus video, so I have to talk which one I think looks better, and in the end I think most of you will agree that Honda should come out with something like this again. They recreated the monkey bike, you know, back in the day. I think they should come out with a new scooter. It's about time. You know, we haven't had a large scooter since the Forza in the US, and you know, that's already going on a bunch of years, since we've seen 5 years, whatever it is. You know, we need a new scooter, and I believe if they put something out that looked similar to this, it would sell great. They got to give the US&A a better chance. They basically took away everything. If you look at all the videos overseas, you see how even in Mexico and all these other lands that have, you know, an Elite 125, we have nothing. And it's just a shame that Honda's given up on America for scooters, because if you ever want to get back into the market again, then you got to compete. You got to compete with the Yamahas. Right now, definitely the leader, unless you want to get on a little Vespa. You got to be able to bring something in that the people want, and something that's different. You know, if you want to recreate the wheel and make everything Yamaha has, then you're not going to be any better than them, and that's, to me, a shame. So for the last part of the video, I wanted to show you a few things. The first thing, how bright this LED bulb is that I installed. It has a little power supply on the Elite. It's just amazing. Lights the entire street up. I highly recommend it. If you check out one of my other videos, I show you the one that I purchased, and it is super bright, just to show you, compared to the one that was originally installed on it. I also wanted to show you the gauges on the Elite, showing you have your fuel, you have your mile per hour or kilometer per hour gauge, you have your temperature, you have your voltage, you have your clock, you also have an engine oil. And basically what this does is at 1,000 miles, this will go from green to red. And then you just put a screwdriver in this hole over here, and it'll switch back to green. So it's driven by your odometer. So as soon as you hit 1,000 miles, or every 1,000 miles, this will turn red. So kind of a nice added bonus there. Just to show you the difference in the bulb on the PCX doesn't put out anywhere near the same amount of light. But I'm more interested here in the way the actual heads-up display looks, and you basically got your mile per hour gauge, and you got your fuel and odometer, and that's all you have on your display. So you know, not too climactic there, just something that's kind of plain Jane. A lot of people like it. Personally, I don't think it holds a candle to the Elite next to it, and my nod again will go to the Elite. So the last thing I want to talk about in this video is going to be the performance between the two. Which one outperforms the other? And definitely 0 to top speed of 60 miles an hour, the PCX is not even challenged. The takeoff speed is much better. The top end, it gets up to 60 miles an hour. It's gone a few miles an hour even past that, and that's on a flat road, where the Elite 125, it definitely is slower on takeoff. It will get up to 54 on a flat road, and then when you start getting a little bit of hilly roads, it's gotten as fast as 60, but we'll say that 54 was the top speed for it on a flat road. At least for me it was. So as far as, like I said, the performance, the PCX is definitely the bike that you're going to want to take when you want to maintain speeds with traffic up to 55 miles an hour. If you want to maintain speeds up to 45, then the Elite will definitely work for that sort of riding. It just really depends where you're going and what you need to do. If you need to just take a quick ride around an area that's 45 and you really don't have to shop or buy anything and require a lot of storage, then the Elite's for you. If you need more storage, you need definitely, you're going to grocery shop, want to add a couple grocery bags to the back, want to go 55 miles an hour, keep up with traffic, then the PCX is your bike. So, I mean, they ultimately, with only 25 cc's difference, they ride quite a bit different. And that's just probably due to the engineering evolution being so much better with the PCX over the Elite. But that'll about do it. Ultimately, the one that I say wins, in my opinion, it's the Elite 125. But right behind it, with a short second place, definitely the PCX is a great bike. It's better than most bikes that are on the road today, and I highly recommend it. So at the end of this video, I want to let you know, if you enjoy what you're seeing, please subscribe. And if you have any comments, I'm happy to hear them. Please, anything positive or negative, it doesn't matter. I like reading them all. So thank you very much, and you have a great day.